We would request Dr. Ramesh Babu to first come and present on the geographic challenges, providing access to cath labs for the population.
I thank Dr. Srinivas Kumar for inviting me to participate in this program. And good afternoon, august audience. I have been practicing in Vijayawada for the past 25 years, which is about 5.5 hours drive from Hyderabad. Vijayawada, most of you may be knowing, it is the third largest city in AP with good connectivity and good literacy rate, known for its education, automobile industry, bodybuilding, and second largest railway station. And in the past 25 years, the journey has been quite long and amusing. Started with 6-bedded leased premises in 1988 and built up a 85-bedded hospital subsequently, and had the fortune of starting this. But at that time, I was not even knowing what is return on investment, and that was the time I was very ignorant of most of the things. And the music started after starting this cath lab. Almost around 30 cath labs are existent now in the coastal belt with over 40 cardiologists and 10 medical colleges around. And initially we had problem with funding, and financial institutions are well known, notorious to delay the happenings. And then we need to have some godfathers like this who offered huge collateral security. Fortunate to have Dr. Somarazu and Dr. Prasad Rao to have operated the angiogram and first bypass surgery in our institute. Initially we were quite slow in the first 1 or 2 years, because that was the first cath lab in that area, and most of the people were used to go to Hyderabad or Chennai, and to create confidence in them, we had to produce good results. So to start with this, we were happy with 30-40 angiograms per month, and slowly in the past 2 years, we have been doing about 500 angios per month and 100 surgeries and angioplasties. The geographic challenges which we have faced, in the beginning, when the awareness was not there in the people about the cardiology, and mostly the senior physicians were treating the cardiac cases. And then initial 6-7 years we had spent in establishing goodwill and creating awareness among the people. But in the beginning it was extremely difficult, and even now, as most of you may be aware, the most important aspect is to have apt, cost-effective human resource management when you start any project, especially the hospital infrastructure. And we had a lot of disadvantage because of most of the liaison work, or in fact, we had to come 4 or 5 times to have loans in Hyderabad to meet the funding institutions, then subsequently to have credit organizations, state government, almost 15-20 times we had to go to Hyderabad, and for central government we had to go to Delhi. So these are the issues, and then a lot of problems with infrastructure and the service personnel. So how we have tackled, I'll just subsequently tell. And now in 2013, the problems are slightly different. We have a number of cath labs, people have a lot of options to choose, and we have to be in the race, and then we have to satisfy ourselves by maintaining the quality. So we have committees for quality control, continuous quality improvement, and then upgradation, how we have done the latest technology, and then to have a good workforce and to keep update as far as the knowledge is concerned. We have DNB program, PGDCC programs, and then to connect the rural area and mandals, we have established telemedicine centers. And then over a period of time, as the numbers of institutions increase, then difficult to retain the staff and then to give them adequate training, and then to hold them. Almost 350 of our staff now have ownership stake. They are offered shares. And then other most important thing, as you have seen, the angioplasty being now, our Arogyasri gives only 40,000 rupees for angioplasty. And then the cost-effective measures are very, very important in running an institution and maintaining the quality. And also we have expansion programs, because earlier we used to have patients from 6 to 7 districts neighboring. Now with the all hospital facilities coming up, so patients would like to have convenient and in their own local area. So we have started expansion programs. So by next year we'll have 600 beds and also the other facilities to keep establish a network. Initially, maybe this may be true when I started, because that was the only cath lab. I had option between choosing between a refurbished systems and the state-of-the-art equipment, but then almost difference was almost 5.5 crores. But now if somebody wants to start a cath lab, probably you have to have a mix-up and then calculate return on investment, and then go cautiously with regard to establishment, because cost-effective management becomes a key role in becoming successful. And as far as the human resources are concerned, we have been extremely fortunate to have the colleagues for almost 17, 18 years, like Dr. Srinivas, Dr. Krishna Mohan and other people, and then junior medical officers who have been sleeping in the ICCUs, continuously sitting in the chairs, so to maintain the quality, to give the utmost care to the patients. And the problems with of course, the surgical department, that has been one of the most difficult departments to deal with in the past 25 years. And then we continue to have that. Almost 75% of our energies are spent in handling the CT surgeon's surgical department. And another thing, most important thing, is the medical equipment. Because of the distance, the service engineer, once he receives a complaint, they used to come in 2-3 days. And then to avoid this downtime, we had initial penalty clause and then 3-year warranty, comprehensive warranty. Fortunately, the systems have worked very well. And people were quite reluctant when we were advising surgery. Next minute, the patient were landing in either Hyderabad or Chennai. So we used to, we devised a scheme wherein we took up relatively simple cases, and then for 212 surgeries we did successfully, and then that was the way we could convince. Of course, Dr. Prasad Rao, Dr. Faruqi and senior surgeons, Dr. Lokesh Rao, Dr. Gokhale were part of this scheme initially. And we could achieve that. That could create a confidence. Though we had some mishaps subsequently, this sort of goodwill building has helped us. And then technology upgradation we continue to have. Now we have FD10, FD20. But then in the past 3 years, 4 years, something interesting has happened. People have started, when we advise angiogram, they are going for CT scan. So we have established the first time 256 slice CT in Vijayawada. And then it is a challenge to the cath lab also. Now this, with the upgradation of the appropriateness criteria, now it is going to become a gatekeeper definitely for invasive angiogram, as we have compared our own results and then over 1,000 CT angiograms and our angiogram reports also. And then to utilize the cath lab facility better, we have started the neuro wing also, and it is still in the budding phase. So neuro interventions, the cardiologists and neurology team are coming together. And then to keep the systems, we have been struggling for the past 2 years with the NABH accreditation process. Probably we'll be having the final assessment in this October. So initial murmuring will be there, and then I myself had difficulty in going for biometrics when the system is involved. And then we have to have good workforce. We had to wait for 2 years to get a DNB cardiology accreditation, and first 2 candidates have passed in the first attempt. Unfortunately, we don't have the third batch candidate. So research program also, we are at a disadvantage. We missed out some of the important trials because of the geographical distance. And then outreach programs which we have started to improve the clientele and then to serve in the rural areas, serving almost 95,000. And then these are the telemedicine centers to build up a network. And then to conduct the national and international seminars, we tried, but then we could conduct only 3 seminars, but not at a massive scale. Again, because of the connectivity and then disadvantages of the space. But anyhow, this is the place where I was educated, and then that is the place. And so I started, and this journey has been quite interesting. But things may have changed. In 96 compared to 96, now things have changed. And the people know what is angiogram, and then immediately without any doubts they accept wherever it is started. That is how the number of cath labs have been flourishing. But then we have to be very cautious in maintaining the quality, continuously upgrading the knowledge, and several issues to keep the challenge continue on a continuous basis. So, thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. For example, if in 1990 you had visualized what you were in 2013, would you have still pursued with your cardiology profession, sir?
Yeah, you see, I accept the things as they are. That is how I think, and then that is a place, definitely we have helped. At 2 o'clock in the night, I open a LED 4 millimeter completely occluded cardiogenic shock patient coming out. That gives me the maximum satisfaction. So, with all these efforts, I'm extremely comfortable. I live in the hospital, in the top floor. So, I'm very comfortable with what I have been doing.
What do you foresee for the future from a center like catering to about 20-30 lakh population? What would be the ideal population where the cath lab should outreach? You see there should be more proliferation of these cath labs, or we should stop
Yeah,
the
there should
proliferation of
be-
cath labs to places where there is a quality which can be assured?
I feel that about, every 70 or 100 kilometers radius, there should be a cath lab. At least some cath lab should be working at least in the daytime and maybe night, because to provide 24 facility, the human resources, everything may not be possible. And to provide especially the primary PCIs. And then with the intermediate risk population, with the insurance schemes coming up and almost the whole population, I think there is 100 times more potential for cardiology work. If all these intermediate risk group patients again are like, your CT angio, if they are included, you can pick up a large number of patients.